Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So today let's take a look at the latest generation for the Tesla Model 3. This is a premium rear-wheel drive long range. It's finished off in pearl white and the MSRP start just over $42,000. Now, being a full EV, this is powered by the 82 kilowatt nickel manganese cobalt battery. It's paired to a direct drive transmission, and with rear-wheel drive it pumps out 295 horsepower, 309 pound-feet of torque. You can expect 0 to 60 to be 4.5 seconds, and it has a total range of around 363 miles. Now, as we move on to the exterior styling, it does have a pretty simple design. It's very basic, but functional as well. You'll notice, being an EV, there's no traditional grille. You do have a small cutout in the lower section there to provide some cooling when needed. There's also a dark housing for the LEDs, and then being an EV, there's no engine up front, of course, but you do have front trunk storage space. You can't access that from the exterior, so you do have to go into the infotainment system, but it's nice that you do have that additional storage if you need it. Now, this also has a really cool design for the wheels. There's also regenerative braking. You'll notice a gloss black trim accent just behind that. There's body colored mirror caps, gloss black for all the window trim, and then this has a full transparent roof. You do have manual sunshades that you can use if you would like to block the sun away, but it does also give it a great design, along with having gloss black for the unique door handles. And then in back, there's a dark housing for all the LEDs. You get a backup camera, and then there is some plastic in that lower section. Now, you do have one release to gain access to your cargo space. With the key fob, it's basically just like a credit card, so you don't have any functions to open up the tailgate from there, or the lift gate. But you do have a good bit of storage in the back. You have an area you could place your charging cable or some other items that you can store away. You can see the speakers up top there, and then you can fold these seats down for even more interior space. So it's pretty practical as a sedan to place in some items. Now, this is how you gain access to the interior. Simply push on the back of the door handle, and then the release will pop open. Where this has a two-tone design, there's also vegan leather for the interior. You have storage in the lower section, ambient lighting, your electronic release, window control, and some stitching there. And then with the seats, just grab this release, you can fold them down, and that gives you access into your cargo space. Very nice design for these seats as well. They have a great feel to them. Now, at 5'10", I have a good bit of space. You'll notice there's storage pockets. There's also headphones, so you can use those as needed. And then for your rear passengers, you get this LCD screen where you can get into your volume. You can also get into Bluetooth devices, so you can add what you would like to hook up to these headphones. You can play some games back here, so you can go through those as needed, go through some of these apps, get into your music. There's also heated seats, and it looks like you can adjust that front passenger seat. So if you want some more legroom, you can adjust that, and you can also get into your climates. So where you'd like the air to go, and you have some fan speed adjustments in order to gain access to that. There's also vents down below, and then up top, this is that manual sunshade that I talked about. So if you want to have that open glass experience, you will remove this manually, and then you can place it back in with these tabs here. So I'm not going to fully remove it, but that will give you that open glass experience. Interesting to see that it's not an automatic roll up and it goes into the middle of the vehicle. And then up front, pretty simple. You have your window controls, release, and then more storage down below, more ambient lighting, and then the same design for the seats. Now, with the Model 3, once I hop in, the vehicle is not ready to go. It doesn't figure out your body weight. If you put your foot on the brake, nothing happens. There's no start button. So with the key fob here, you just place it down below, and as you can hear the electronics come to life, this is basically starting the vehicle and you're ready to go. So you can choose your direction. If you want to go forwards, you're ready to tap on the accelerator. You have reverse, and then park is just by tapping right in the middle. Now, with the rest of this giant screen, this is all of your controls in one. You do have some steering wheel controls, like your turn signal, you have high beams, you can also get into your rear view camera there, and then you have some cruise control settings. But if you look at this home screen, basically, you can open up the front storage, open up the trunk, open up the charging port, and unlock the vehicle. Now, if we push on the car icon, this is how you can get into your headlights. You can fold your mirrors, open up the glove box. You can also get into some wiper blade adjustments, and this is how you can also adjust your side view mirrors and your steering wheel. So you will use the steering wheel controls in order to adjust your mirrors, and you can do it with the steering wheel too for telescoping and up and down. You have different driving dynamics that you can get into, your charging information, autopilot, which Tesla is known for, and having all of those adjustments. You have your locks, your lights that you can adjust further, all of the heated seats. You can get into your display adjustments, your charging schedule. You have some safety information that you can scroll through and monitor, turn everything on and off. And then you also have some service, you have software updates, navigation, your trip information, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, audio, and some upgrades. Now, also in the lower section, you have similar layouts to the rear. So you have your volume, you can play some games here, get into a calendar here and all of your scheduling, and then you have so many more different apps that you can go into and use as needed. You can also pull up the backup camera, get into your music and phone, and then with the temperature adjustment here, you can tap on it. You can also hit split, so now you have it for your passenger there, and you can swipe up where you can get into your rear access, your front access. You can go through all of this information, get into your heated steering wheel too, and then you have fan speed on here and some defrosters as well. So if you're a techie person and you like going through basically a giant phone, it's actually pretty easy to use. This is really my first time being around the Tesla in quite some time. Now you have storage underneath. You have more storage with cup holders, and you can also hide that away, so meet those trim pieces together there. You do get storage in the armrest. You have your rear view along with your sun visors there. You have hazards up top, and then this is the front manual sunshade. So like I said, with the rear, you can completely remove that. Not exactly sure where you would store them. It'd be nice, again, if they rolled up in here, but you could place them in the cargo space or leave them at home. And then here's a look at visibility, where you have a lot of glass, surprisingly. You do have a pretty large dash and the hood disappears, but it's a short vehicle, so it's pretty easy to place. And here we go with a mild acceleration. And just like that, we're up to speed. As you would expect, it's quiet. There's nothing to really hear from a full EV, but the acceleration with EVs is pretty impressive. Even with a lower model like this, you can go with some higher power Tesla models, just depending on what you would like. But this is what it's like to be behind the wheel for the Model 3. Also, what I forgot to show, when you use the turn signal, which is not a normal stock, you do have a side camera there that you can view for added visibility, especially if you're merging on the highway or things like that. So you just have the controls that you push rather than your normal stock. So some things like that are a little bit different than a traditional vehicle, but it seems to ride very nice. At 5'10" as well, I have about 4 or 5 inches of headroom, and we do have a height adjustable seat, it looks like. So you could maneuver it a little bit different. I don't think you could be too much taller than me, but it seems to have a good bit of leg room here and just a nice comfortable position. So I could see the appeal to daily driving this. If you want a quiet vehicle and you can charge this at home, it's going to be charged by the time you're ready to leave the house. And it also has a really nice turning radius too. So that steering is pretty tight and it's very maneuverable. So not a big vehicle, but it seems to have a good bit of interior space as well. And then real quick, I just want to touch base on the depreciation again with the Tesla Model 3. Oh, that was pretty cool. You could see the bicyclist that I passed show up on that screen too. So it gives you some really cool tech features like that, of course, as well. But again, with the depreciation with the Teslas here, I feel like there's more models or more EVs being pushed than the demand for the cars. I know a lot of people like EVs, but there are people who have owned an EV and have gone back to a gas engine. If you're one of those people, comment down below and let me know your reasoning with doing that. Personally, I couldn't go for the turn signal there. Personally, like I said, I'm not a huge EV fan. I think it is cool technology. I like the hybrid systems a lot better. I used to own a plug-in hybrid as well. I don't like that as much. I like the combined gas engine with some of the hybrid components. But if you've owned an EV, let me know why you got rid of it. If you still have one, let me know why you enjoy it. Just because with the depreciation of them, it feels like they might be sitting a little bit more, even though this is a very popular Tesla model. Just in general with EVs, they're either too expensive, they depreciate a lot where it's not really worth buying a brand new one. And then when you do have one, yes, you don't have any maintenance as far as oil changes, doing gas, things like that. You're going to go through tires more because they weigh more in general. You'll go through your brakes a little bit more. You have the regen braking. So there's more maintenance with components like that. And what do you do once the battery dies? Some of these EVs, or most of them, the EV battery is basically built into the structure of the vehicle. So when it comes time to replace it, what do? You replace your $20,000 battery, or you buy a gas vehicle where you won't even spend nearly half that in gas over the lifetime of the vehicle. So yes, there's no upfront cost to an EV, but maybe do a little bit more research on the back end once that car starts to become fairly old. So we're in the latest generation for this particular model, so EVs have been out for a while. There's pros and cons, I guess, to both, but let me know your thoughts on that topic with EVs in general. But that's going to wrap it up for the Tesla Model 3. If you enjoyed today's video, give it a huge thumbs up and consider smashing that subscribe button so you can stay up to date with our daily uploads. I'll see you all in the next video.